Hello everyone, on Talk About Autism, it's Jack. I've just got back from my graduation from the Open University. I'm afraid in this tube I was presented, I'm afraid it's a flash drive, it is, 21st century it is. Here is my real degree certificate. Had to pay to get it framed. But anyway, a few mixed emotions today. But I definitely we had an appropriate speaker we did at the ceremony, receiving her honorary degree, Jane Asher of the National Autistic Society, and her speech really was what I needed to hear. It was, as that autism is, the problem is it's not understood properly, it's not, and that people will need support, they will, throughout their whole lives, they will, which means I should be getting better. I should have gotten better at Cranfield than I did. So, I mean, the problem with Cranfield was that it just seemed so alien, But, I mean, that was the thing about going back to Bath last year. It was for the second time. It didn't feel alien. It didn't to me. It didn't. So when I go back next October, hopefully, it won't feel so strange to me. It won't. And, I mean, it's just, you just can't go in advance. You can go to open days, but it's just not the same as going through an experience of university like I did for over 2 months. But like I've said, a few mixed emotions today. I have had, but really, when I was handed the tube with the certificate on the flash drive, a real sense of pride came in. You really realize that you did. Like Jane Asher said, she was envious of us. We're the ones who have done all the work, and are the ones who have persevered. And as the Chancellor of the university said, had never stopped learning. Like the motto of the Open University is, live and learn and live. If I've not stopped learning either, I've been doing the AS Maths. I have Core 1 and 2. I finish reading Core 2 next week, although there's a bit of a backlog there is. It's like, can't get everything without assistance. And I'm not holding out too many hopes, I'm not, for being the best of the lot. I mean, even Lindsay, my cousin Aidan's wife, who's been tutoring me, she had to retake her degree to her maths to get a B grade. But it's not about learning it to gain something. I don't need the A-level maths to get back into Cranfield. I'm just doing it. I am so to give myself a better chance of being able to do at least some parts of the Cranfield course. I can, so it won't seem so strange to me. It is, but when I go back to Cranfield, I realise one thing I could do with is a study buddy, perhaps another student on the course who can meet up with me when we can make arrangements for. I mean, James, unfortunately, we were not good at making arrangements. We weren't. Because, I mean, if I can't get support at a master's level, I mean, that's what I should be entitled to, a study buddy. It is, like another student on the course also, who can help me with certain things, like Shez, although he provided a bit too much help in some things. But I do want to keep going, I do. I mean, I've received a comment on one of my YouTube videos recently, be true to my passion, and my passion is still spacecraft. In 2018, the year if I succeed at Cranfield, when I graduate with a master's will be the year the United Kingdom opens its first spaceport. It does. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for me to help make Britain contribute more and more to the space industry. Not just at ESA, like Tim Peake is going to in November when he launches to the space station. And by the way, in just a little over an hour and a half from now, the space station crew are going to leave Earth for a year. Scott Kelly, Mikhail Konichenko, and Gary Pildelko is only going for 5.5 months. So they are going to pave the way. They are to Mars. And like with fresh graduates like me coming out of university in 2018, and with the UK opening its first spaceport, there'll be many great new opportunities there will for people like me to help pave the way for the future. But one other thing I've got to remember is while I'm doing the maths is I'm doing it just for the experience. I'm not to gain anything specific, anything desperate. But And I've also been reading Chris Hadfield's book, An Astronaut's Life Guide to Life on Earth. He said that whatever you're doing, whether you cherish those few precious moments or get frustrated or dread at the bad ones coming, what is important is you are happy. I realize now I really was not happy at Cranfield. I was getting frustrated. I was everything. I waited too long for help that never came.
Jack, we're going to get the chips.
Mm-hmm. Fish and chips for us later. So sorry about that. So like I said, if you're not happy with what you're doing, I mean, there's no point in doing it. There isn't. And really, I know that the pre-masters is what's going to get me onto the masters, and I know I can do better. I can, and I mean, doing research and doing things which I don't find. I mean, I have to be challenged. I mean, the chancellor said you should always challenge yourself. You should, but never stop challenging yourself, and never give up on things just because they're hard. You can always step back and try again. But right now, today, I feel a true sense of accomplishment. I do, in recognition, in getting my bachelor's in engineering. I still wish to put it to use, which does bother me. It does a bit, but that will truly come later. It will. I'll worry about the maths first. My current plan at the moment is to get the maths and then next summer do an internship, possibly at Stevenage, Astrium or Airbus, or one at Lockheed Martin at Hamptill. I keep thinking, should I pass up an internship opportunity now and wait until next year, or try for it now, even though I've sorted out my holiday arrangements at Tesco. But really, I think what I should be worried about is concentrating on getting the maths out of the way, getting my head around the idea of getting experience in engineering, because like at Astrium and Stevenage, that would be the kind of stuff I'd study on the astronautics course, so I'd know for sure if that's what I wanted to do. But if the MSc does seem like too much too daunting to me, or too much of a frustration, I can always stop at the pre-masters and just seek an employment then. But I am sure I can do it, because the chancellor said if you have the passion and the motivation and you're willing to work hard for it, you can succeed. I just have to change my attitude. I have to, and remember there will be time for relaxation and that after the work is done. If anyone can offer their own views on it, that would be very helpful, it would. But Chris Hadfield, another thing that he said in his book, he went into NASA or the Canadian Space Agency seemed like the terrible candidate for a leadership, and he proved his leadership skills at the end of his mission 2 years ago. So that'll do for now, I think. I look forward to your feedback and opinions on my plan, and any improvements you think I could make would be great. Really appreciated. I'll put an update on in the middle of April when I meet 7-time Space Shuttle astronaut Jerry Ross, when I get his book signed. Hopefully he can tell me something which I can pass on. But I mean, like Jane Usher said, I'm the one who's done all the hard work. She only did one module to get her honorary degree. I did put in the hard work for it, I did. I just wish to do better and succeed at Cranfield and get an MSc and being able to be a part in the new opportunities which the UK will have to play in space exploration. So until April, this is Jack Dove. But by the way, one thing I will say, if Miliband brings down the tuition fees for me, that'll help me a lot. So I'm voting Labour. See you in April.